Gundam.tk presents Master Grade Gundam Mk-II. Hey again everybody, Robert184, 2Rs 2Bs from YouTube and Gundam.tk, taking a look at Zeta Gundam's Mk-II Master Grade version 2.0. Time to put this together. When it's all put together, you have the Gundam so nice, they named it twice. Anyway, bad jokes aside, you've got this really nice, the color scheme for this Mk-II just really works for me. The navy blue, the red, and that really bright, vibrant orange works. Throw in the backpack, it's going to look even better. Those mesh pipes that I've been raving about, you see those little bits of chrome every once in a while, but so far I just think that the proportions are great, and it really does look like the original Gundam enough that you know what it is, but it looks like it's got an identity all on its own. The beam sabers actually attach at 2 points. You slide them in as you pop them on to the same slit that you're going to use to attach them to the manipulators, and little bonuses like the fact that they've got buttons here that you can do some lining. Again, I can't stop talking about these. So no more talking this time, just gonna let it come around. On to posability, where the front skirts are independent so you can lift them up like this, and the side skirts are actually going to lift up a fair bit. You can have the legs kick out this way, you see that nice gray underneath, and I was hoping that you'd get a little bit more, but you can see inside that that ball joint is just straining there. You're not going to get very much, and I don't want to actually, taking these on and off, never really a good idea. They can loosen up, so I'm just going to leave them the way they are, but the knees, again, are going to bend like this as they open up, so you're going to get that, and the ankles do a very good job of going side to side, and that toe moving, and again, that gray. For the upper body, not as fancy as I expected. You'll notice that this is going to pivot just ever so slightly there, and that before it was on that ball joint, so you are able to have it move like this, and it seems a little bit solid, but it doesn't seem like you're going to get too much out of that. Anyway, the shoulder is going to go all the way around, and because it's on this part here, you can actually bend this up and have the arm go up pretty much that high. If you want to bring it forward, you're not going to get too much more than that, but you would be able to bring the arm across yay far and not much further. Height comparison now, where we have Camille's ultimate suit, the Zeta Gundam, and Camille's hand-me-down, Emma Sheen's Mk-II here on the left. And first of all, the colors are going to look really different here, as you're going to have a lot more trim all around on the Zeta and the more traditional blue. Although it is a little bit different, but the Mk-II, again, if you're just looking at the old RX-178 too, this one just comes across as looking so much newer and well worthy of being from 1985. And the version 2.0 of the Granddaddy is purposely designed to look simplistic and like the anime, but again, that Mk-II really just does it for me in terms of all those extra details and the little tick marks. For some newer school, we've got the Master Grade XE Ignition mode over here. Of course, you can check out the reviews of all of these on Gundam.tk. The Mk-II, quite a bit taller, not just V-fins there. And if you took away the Exia's sword, actually it's just about the same height as the beam sabers there, but you really get an idea of just how far they've come in 20 years here. To get the shield on in its simplest form, you just put this on like this, and you're going to turn the elbow and just plug that in to the hard point down behind. No doubt though that you do have some very Victory Gundam blocking from behind action going on here. So why not just slide this off and slide it onto the side, where all of a sudden you actually feel like you have a shield that may actually protect something. When you've been dealing with old school Gundams that require sticky tack just to keep the beam rifle in the hands, it's very nice to be using the newer technology with the slit and the peg. You'll notice that the bazooka has it on both sides, which is great. The beam rifle with the sight up actually fits in there, no problems whatsoever. And with everything loaded on that you can load on, bazooka, extra ammo packs, shield, beam rifle, and the Vulcan pod, yes, the Gundam Mk-II is ready for just about anything, other than the Psycho Gundam and Crazy Girls. Simple standing poses require almost no effort. The legs are going to get where you want to. The shield off to the side and the beam rifle, you can look right down the stock. Right away, this is showing again that it's worthy of the version 2.0, and this Gundam Mk-II, it looks like it's going to have a whole bunch of possibilities for us to work with. The flat feet may fail every once in a while, and I was having a little bit of a problem there with loose legs, But once you've got the beam saber in hand, again, it fits perfectly because of the peg, and the shield can actually move around. Again, it's a very simple ground pose, but it's just the kind of thing that you can actually have a few different poses going, and I think you'll be pretty happy with whichever weapon you choose to equip at the moment. And if you don't have a lot of imagination, don't worry about it, because they're going to give you plenty of ideas on the box and in the manual. The shoulders, I think, are looking really good, the fact that you can pop them up. Here I've just reversed the shield by having the forearm going up. The legs, a little bit problematic, but again, just something that looks simple, clean, and effective. Just in case I didn't have enough reasons to love that backpack, yes, he can reach back over his shoulder and pull them out and make a very simple pose that, again, looks quite dynamic. If you've seen my review of the Master Grade Ground Gundam, you'll know that its special feature is the fact that, yes, it can kneel, despite the fact that its knees can only bend 90 degrees. Well, here the Mk-II is doing a much more impressive looking job of it, although I am having problems with some loose hip joints. I wonder if that's just because I've been taking them on and off, or it's a flaw built into them. Bazookas, as mentioned, can sometimes be problematic getting them in, but the fact that this one bends and has a peg on it, and that you've actually got a long part here to go over the shoulder, this worked really easily on the first try. I think this is the mantra that I've been repeating over and over again, but this Mk-II is just simple, cool, and every pose so far seems effective. Pick up the Master Grade Zeta version 2.0 and you're going to have different options for getting these two up in the air. But this is on just a plain old action base. It's just got the generic coupler there, no custom piece, and the Mk-II again staring down the bazooka, even though it comes across as looking a little bit small, and I've had some problems again with the hips. Still looking pretty good. Finally, here it is on the display stand, getting maintenanced and ready to go out towards the launcher. And I wish that it had a back on it for a small degree, but I think that if you put on the figures and the wires and had a working elevator, that this would actually look pretty sharp. If you were a member of the Titans, you wouldn't want to see this combo. Here with their display stands attached together, the Zetas isn't quite complete, but the Master Grade Zeta version 2.0, obviously made to go with the Mk-II as a set. The fact that they both come with the display base and the fact that they're compatible is a fantastic bonus, and you can have either of them working in either direction, and it's still going to look good. That'll complete my look at the mobile suit of the Gundam Mk-II version 2.0. Lots of good things about the parts, lots of good things about the MS and the posability. However, I have seen a few problems develop, so why not stick around for the verdict while you hear all the good and bad parts so that you can decide whether this is a kit that may work for you. Anyway, everybody, Robert184, Gundam.tk. Always appreciate it if you hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comments down below about the video or the MS. Always appreciated. Anyway, see you next part, and lots more to come. See you next time. Sadly, these legendary three would become village bicycles by the time Judo showed up. If you've seen my review of the Master Grade Ground Gundam, the Mk-II's now on the ground.